I got the offer. Early this afternoon, I finished off my last round in an interview. I had to present on a take-home test that I had a few days to complete. So I'll see over the next few days what happens with that. After this round, I went out for dinner. I'm still exploring the city since moving and trying out new restaurants. And what I thought was the last round of my interview was actually not. There was an 8th round of a coding challenge. So I had a few days to finish that. That's complete, and we'll see what happens from there. I got the offer. That took a long time, but I got an offer. So I guess now I'm not unemployed. So let's sit down and go into this in more detail. I wanted to go over the stats and the job search process. I applied to 57 roles, which is a combination of remote and hybrid roles, and I only applied to roles that I thought were a good fit for me. Out of all those applications, I got 35 official rejections and 22 I never heard a reply from. I received 6 HR phone screens, and after the phone screens, I dropped 2 of the roles since they were not a good fit. And I went through 3 interview loops. Only one of those interview loops made it to the final round, and I got an offer and I did accept it. Out of all the applications, 4 of them were through referrals. All of these companies I went further than the first round, and these were the only companies that I went further than the first round, so I guess it does pay to get a referral. I looked for jobs mostly through LinkedIn and also built-in since I've worked in startups in the past. I did get laid off the beginning of February and received my offer at the end of June, which is around 4.5 months. I think it is a long time to go without a job, but I've heard the average amount of time to get a job in this economy after getting laid off is 6 to 12 months, which is even longer. I did get really discouraged a few times after interview loops ended and I had nothing in the pipeline. I also moved in the middle of all of this, which was planned before even losing my job. But during the whole moving process, I did take a break and some time from applying to jobs and interviewing since I just found it too hard to juggle moving and unpacking, which is both 2 stressful processes. Job searching in tech right now is definitely difficult. There are weeks where I wanted to apply to a job and I would spend hours searching and I wouldn't be able to apply to any since there were no jobs that were a fit. I know there are others out there in the same boat. I would say hang in there, good luck with your search, and you will land a job when the time is right. After I signed my offer, I then had a few weeks till I started a new job. I wanted to make the most of my time before going back to work full time. I went on an architecture tour with some friends, tried out some dessert places. I'm trying to find my go-to spot when I'm craving something sweet. I went to a bunch of different farmers markets all over the city. During the summer here in Chicago, there's a farmers market almost every day of the week. I like trying new items as well as walking around the areas afterwards. I also walked around Oz Park to see the sculptures of the characters from The Wizard of Oz. I grew up watching The Wizard of Oz, so this was a very cool thing to see. And then the last weekend before going back to work, I went to 2 concerts for my favorite band, The Somerset. One was on a day trip to Milwaukee, and the other was in Chicago. I'm looking forward to going back to work again and having more structure, but I will miss having my free time.